The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of the staff or management of Visionary Related Entertainment.
Aloha and welcome to Maui Nonprofit Notes. Now in our 10th year of broadcasting each week, we continue talking with Maui's nonprofit executive directors and staff to find out how they're working to support those with needs within our community. Maui Nonprofit Notes is generously sponsored by Pacific Source. So if you're building or remodeling a home, please stop by Pacific Source's Cabinet and Appliance Showroom located in the Waikapu Base Yard. I'm Susie Tiemann, Executive Director of Lokahi Pacific, and your host for Maui Nonprofit Notes. During this hour, we share some of the experiences of our nonprofit agencies and just how they're changing lives, changing communities, and creating miracles of hope for those with needs. Today, we're going to start off the show talking with a couple of folks from MEDB, otherwise known as Maui Economic Development Board. Actually, it's been a while since you guys have been on the show.
Oh, we're glad to be back.
Thank you for having us.
Hey, I'm thrilled to have you back. I'm trying to think when the last time was. It was just before your big annual fundraiser.
Okay.
Maybe like 4 years ago or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Shameless plug, it's coming up again.
Yes, exactly. That's what we're going to be talking about.
We're going to mention it. We're going to do more than mention it, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So the reason that I contacted you folks was I saw an announcement of a new grant for small business activity. And as everyone who listens to this show knows, small business is near and dear to my heart. And anytime we can plug some service or some advice that we feel is reputable, and certainly MEDB is reputable.
Well, thank you.
That can help small business, so we want to do that. So I think that Jerry Smith, who's the Director of Business Development for MEDB, is with us today and is going to share some information on that nice grant that you just got.
Well, we're super excited about it. It's been a long time coming because there's been a lot of preliminary work that we've done with the EDA to kind of figure out what's best for businesses in Maui. And there's we did a study, I think it was about 2 years ago, that was funded by the EDA, and we interviewed between, I think, close to 75 academia, business owners, government, all sorts, to try to get a pulse of what the need really was, and we sort of identified a cliff. There's great services that help businesses get started. And then there's great services in Honolulu as well, like Blue Startups, Elemental Accelerator. But there's kind of a gap in between the services that exist currently on Maui, and so we're trying to fill a bridge. And so we identified the need through the EDA, and we're super excited to bring it forward.
That's terrific. And for those of you who may not be familiar with what EDA is, that's the Economic Development Administration of the federal government under the Department of Commerce.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of things quietly behind the scenes that nobody knows about.
Right.
I know we have a couple grants from them for things that we do with small business, like our incubator office and so forth. So I was really excited to see another pop-up kind of a operation started. Is this a long-term grant or short or?
It's a 1-year grant.
Okay.
It's a pilot study it's a pilot program that we're gonna run, and it's aimed at businesses that let's say have 6-figure revenues, have been in business for a couple of years, have several employees, and are poised to scale. Poised to grow to that next level, and export is one of those things. But we're looking at mentoring, coaching with really targeted mentoring program, and so we're super excited about this, and we're looking forward to releasing a request for companies to apply for the cohort.
Cool. So it's pretty much a one-on-one kind of situation.
It is. It's the number of businesses that fit into that niche are limited, and so that's the target that we're going after. And by all means, give me a call if you have more questions about it.
And where can they reach you?
Well, my number is 808. Oh, geez, it's two. I never call myself. It's 2706803. I never call myself.
We all run into that, don't we? You ask that question, people pull out their cell phone and look.
I didn't have a business card in my pocket that I could just whip out really quick.
I think that's a good sign that you don't have time to call yourself.
That's good.
So what's kind of the anticipated startup time?
Well, it's we've actually been waiting for this to receive news about this. I believe we applied for this grant in August of last year. So the period of performance ends on September 30th, 2020.
Okay.
So this is it's a 1-year program essentially, with a couple of extra months thrown in there.
Gotcha. Okay, so as soon as you get ramped up for this, you're ready to go.
Yes, we're keep your eyes and ears open for requests for businesses that feel like they fit into that niche. And we'll provide more details. We only learned about this I think on July 5th, so it's kind of a scramble to get going.
Right. That's that's usually how it is. They can take from August to July to get it to you.
Right.
And then they expect you to be started the next month.
There was a lot of go back. They would ask questions, and then we would have to reply to them, and then there'd be a period of time, and then they would come back and ask more questions. And so they want to make sure that they're spending their money in a good way, and we really feel like this is a real value to businesses in the community, because the businesses that are poised to scale and grow are the businesses that are going to create jobs.
Right.
And so that's really what's important.
Interesting. Did you have to give them kind of a not necessarily a list, but the kinds of businesses that you were dealing with and hope to?
Interestingly enough, we participate in the CEDS, and it's the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy. And so we actually participate in the Maui portion of that. And so the businesses that are it's agriculture, the creative industries, and there's several others that I'm struggling.
So it's kind of specific.
It is, because again, the CEDS identifies targeted groups on Maui where that will benefit the most or show the most future promise.
Interesting. That's very interesting. I look back at my business, and I think there was a time when I fit that bill and would have loved to have had some assistance.
Right.
The only thing I could do was go to my banker and say help.
Right. So the mentors that will be participating in this will certainly have investment credibility and credentials. And that's exciting too.
Yeah, that's great. I look forward to hearing more about that as it gets started, and maybe we can have you back on and get an update
anytime.
Sometime along the way. He's relaxed already, hasn't he?
I know. He's like a pro.
Just old hat at this,
Yeah.
I don't know what there is about the microphone that's kind of scary to people.
It's intimidating. I have headphones on, and there's a microphone 3 inches from my mouth. So.
And all those people out there listening to our conversations.
The thousands of listeners.
That's right. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's incredible. So what else is MEDB doing?
Well, there's a whole lot of stuff we're involved in. Oh, you're not off the hook. I don't know why you're but
Gotcha.
One of the big things
hang on just a second.
Yeah.
We're switching over to Carrie Luna Nunakawa,
Yeah,
who
hello.
is now with MEDB.
Yes.
Your official title is?
Right now it's I don't know.
She needs a business card too.
I don't even have business cards.
Don't ask our phone number.
Don't ask me for my phone number because I don't know. Just call the main line.
And you're not on the list yet.
No.
You call the other Carrie, she'll find you.
And she'll find me for sure.
Yeah.
Right. I know. And she's CARI and I'm KARI, so it is just really confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I called and asked her for your email.
Oh yeah.
And I said, hey, how come she's got a last name on hers? Nobody else does. And she says, because there's 2 of us. And
Exactly. And our spellings are so close.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the board hasn't met yet, so I actually don't have a title yet. I'm just there
Okay.
in whatever capacity they need me. So,
And if it's 2 weeks after starting, if it's to be on the radio and talk about MEDB, there you are.
there I am.
Trial by fire.
Hey, but
Sink or
she's up
swim.
to it.
Sink
She's
or
up to it.
swim.
Hey, I gotta ask you a question.
Sure.
About tennis.
Oh, okay. Switch hats.
Let's see. I have to be careful how I ask this.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to ask how many years ago,
Uh-oh.
but you were quite the celebrity.
Oh, no. No.
Yes, you were.
No.
Your name is up there on the board.
Oh, well, that was a long time ago.
That was high school.
So actually,
Right?
this weekend, we're celebrating our Baldwin High School class of 1994. I just told you all my age. We're celebrating our 25th anniversary, or not anniversary, 25th reunion. Yeah.
Here, or are you flying
Here.
off to Vegas?
No, our 20th was in Vegas. So our 25th is here. We're going to be over at Tante's on
Oh,
Friday
cool.
night, and then we have a family day the next day at Keopulani Park. So we'll see how everyone's doing. I'm excited to catch
Is that
up
going to
with
be
everyone.
open? Yeah, I guess it is
Yeah.
back open on the 20th.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
25 years ago. That
Does
was
this
a long
seem-
time, Susie.
I'm not going to tell you when mine was.
No, me neither.
Long time. Yikes.
Anyway, but you still play tennis, right?
I do. Our daughter plays. She plays for Maui High now, who is one of our STEMworks schools, and she's actually in the STEMworks program there as well. But she plays. But
Yeah.
of course, mom and dad plays too. But mom and dad know nothing. So
I
what do
see.
we know?
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. She's very headstrong. I don't know where she gets that from.
I can't imagine. I don't know your husband, but I can't imagine. I got you. Okay, well, we deviated a little bit from the show
Just a
here.
little.
You opened the door to STEMworks.
Yeah.
For those of our listeners who are not familiar with that term, what's that all about?
STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. And the STEMworks program actually started under the auspices of Women in Technology, which Maui Economic Development Board started. And it's really targeted at our women and our girls and also our underrepresented minorities to really expand and explore the world of STEM, of science, technology, engineering, and math. And as we all know, that's where our future is headed with all the new innovations in technology and science and what we have access to with our beautiful haleakala in our background. And so it's really exciting. We're linking, we have really curriculum from kindergarten through careers. So
Really?
Yes.
Now, this started out as, what, a high school program?
Do you know, Jerry, where it started? Was it elementary or high school?
It's for my time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it seems to me like the bulk of it was like high school,
So-
getting them prepared to move
Right.
forward into college
Right.
work in engineering and math and science.
Yeah. So, but now,
But now it's everything.
yeah, because it
Wow.
starts earlier. We need to get everyone really excited about learning about science and technology and math and all the different careers that you can have along with that. And so we have our Ke'alahele Education Fund, our dinner and auction that's coming up, which is August 31st. And that is really to fund our STEMworks education program. And so it's really exciting because we're actually not just Maui County. We have schools across the state on every single island that use our STEMworks program.
You're the only one with a program
Yeah.
in the state.
In the state where
Wow,
it's
that's
very
great.
exciting. And so actually this summer we have summer interns, our STEMworks interns. We have 33 of them. And on Friday, July 26th, is their big showcase. So it's great because these kids get to go into companies and places of business and actually do work. It's not job shadowing. They are doing work for these companies. And then on the 26th, they report back. They receive mentoring from people in the industry. They can really get a taste for what it's going to be like and
Wow.
what things are coming up. And they're really part of shaping the future. And so they're getting they're linking what they're learning in the classroom to actual real world experiences, and then they're going to be reporting on that, and we're all excited to celebrate that with them. So I think we have over, I want to say, I think the count is up to 200 now, people coming to this showcase. And it's going to be at the MRTC in the Tech Park, because we have outgrown the Malcolm Center at our place. So we have families that are flying in to see and to hear about the projects that these kids have been doing. It's awesome.
Are these the older kids in the program?
High school, okay. And mostly high school. We have 3 college interns, but mostly high school.
So this is kind of the graduation event.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think each kid has put over 109 hours at their place of business, plus they've had additional, so they work Monday through Thursday, and then on Fridays we have a STEMworks Live where they receive all kinds of different tips, financial planning, which is really important for our children these days, because they don't know and don't get that education in our schools. We used to have home ec. They don't have that anymore. So
is that what home ec was?
Well, yeah. I remember Mr. Sanchez teaching me how to write a check at EL school.
Yeah?
Yeah, they don't do that anymore, about like that, the importance of balancing your checkbook and what credit means. And
nobody writes checks anymore.
What's a checkbook?
Yeah.
I still write
that's
checks.
That's a thing that used to have checks in it, and if you had blank checks, you had money. Just go write a check. All right?
But yeah,
on that note, we've got to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
I just want to listen to music.
I'm relaxed now.
Show's not over, folks. Don't go away. Don't go away. Take another bite of lunch and listen as we talk more about what MEDB, Maui Economic Development Board, is doing. The STEMworks program, I just, during the break, we were kind of chatting about how great it is and how it's grown. And
we've really outgrown the STEMworks conference, which targets middle and high schools. It used to be on Maui, and we've outgrown every single venue on Maui. So it was at the Hawaii Convention Center.
Oh my gosh.
We had over 1,000 kids from across the state. Every island was represented, including our Moloka'i and Lanai students. So we are so fortunate that, and so blessed to be able to have that opportunity to reach out to our students and our schools and make that link and that connection for our kids, and show them what they can do. This past year, we had Nainoa Thompson as our keynote speaker, who was just
he's fabulous.
He's just so inspiring and so fabulous, and he really tried to make it a point to tell our children that you guys are our future. You are who we look to for answers. You are creating, the solutions for the problems today. And it was so inspiring to hear him. But so our Ke'alahele event that's coming up really supports this program, and we can't tell the public enough how much their support means to us and means to the keiki that all take part in this program, mine included, who is at Maui High, and I'm trying to get the STEMworks program into my son's elementary school now. That's my new mission.
Ooh.
Chad Okamoto at Pu'ukukui. Just calling you out.
Gotcha. So now, how does it work having schools across the state I mean, is there a lot of video conferencing or?
Yeah, so the STEMworks Live for our internship students that participated, every Friday everyone tunes in and they get the to listen to. This past week we had one of our gurus at MEDB, Annette, who taught them. She does a lot of TEDx presentations and things like that, and she's a great public speaker. But she had a whole couple hours session with them on how to create their presentation, presentation skills and things. And so it was great, and it's super interactive. I sat in on it. I was so impressed. And yeah, technology at its finest.
Just like being there.
Yeah, just like being there.
Not only that, and I'm going to throw this out to her, she is an Olympian.
Exactly.
Oh,
Beach
really?
volleyball from Australia.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So she's awesome. And her story, I hope that you can get her on here because her story is so amazing. So, yeah, so inspiring.
Now, at your dinner, do you have a featured speaker?
At our dinner, so our kids are
They're the
our
program.
stars. So people who come in, they get to see the different projects that the kids have been doing, from robotics to digital media to graphics, all that kind of stuff, and actually really take part in what the kids are doing. So the kids are our stars, because as they should be, because that's what it's all about.
You know,
Interesting.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen a student who's going through an internship program actually be hired by the company that they interned with. So it's just a fantastic opportunity, and I recommend it to anyone. If it's just perfect.
Yeah, it's
That's
awesome.
great.
It's so awesome.
So, I'm getting the feeling that we've got opportunities here for the kids. They don't have to go away anymore.
No, and that's the thing. We want to be able to build our workforce with the talent that we have here and not have to outsource, anything, because we have talent here and we have the knowledge here that, they can hopefully, we got to work on a lot of different things, but one of the biggest things is we want to make sure that the people who have the most connection here are able to stay and live here and raise their families here. So.
And there's technology in everything.
Exactly.
There's technology in supercomputing and networking and IT and that kind of thing, but there's also technology that goes into food. You don't really think about it, but shelf life, ingredients, all that type of thing is there's tech in everything. Ag. There's drones for ag. There's sensors that measure water. The density of the soil, everything. Tech is in everything.
It is.
Interesting. So the thing for someone to do, if there's parents out there who are leery of their kids going away to school and not coming back, is to get them involved in the STEMworks program.
Yeah, exactly. And they can, if they're not sure if their school is a STEMworks school, they can always call us, and we can definitely help point them in the right direction. Yeah, so very exciting. Our STEMworks team is just amazing, head by Isla Young and Lalaine, who is they're just great. And yeah, I can't say enough about them.
And they're road warriors. They've been out. I haven't seen several of them for a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been doing workshops for students and
Interesting.
teachers all across the state.
Wow. So there's no reason anybody should feel left out because they're not
No.
on Maui.
Right, no.
Well, except they are.
Yes, we are at Maui.
We are Maui.
We are Maui. I have one more thing. Can I plug
Go for
for
it.
MEDV? So one of the big projects for MEDV was our Focus Maui Nui. And one of the things that's stemming from that is our West Maui Workforce Housing Survey. So this is a grassroots effort that we really want to determine the need for workforce housing from the ground up, not top down, but ground up. So really talking to the people in the workforce on the west side and seeing what the needs are and the community needs are. So there is a survey that's out there that we'd love for everyone to take part in, especially if you live and work or work out in the west side. And you can find it at www.medb.org and /WM survey, so West Maui survey. but WM Survey.
How long is that open?
So that will be closing on August 31st.
Oh, okay. Got
Preliminary,
time.
yeah, you definitely have time. It's just, we've so far in 7 weeks, we've collected 320 responses. I know that there's so many more people out there that could contribute to this. But so far, 83% of the respondents who currently rent reported that if affordable homes were available, they would like to buy one. 63% of the respondents live in households with an income below the Maui County Department of Housing and Human Concerns affordable sales price guidelines, where the median threshold is $81,400. And 44% fall below the 80% median household income threshold. So there is a huge need. And, I think that's a big thing is what's affordable or is it attainable? There's a difference, right? Affordable versus attainable. We need attainable housing, housing that people can actually really buy now.
Exactly.
Instead of saving for 100 years, for
Yeah,
the
it
down
was,
payment.
wasn't it? There was a survey done that said it was going to take 40 years
40 years, yeah.
for the average person to save enough money for a down
Yes.
payment.
To save for a down payment, that doesn't even
That's
include
not
the mortgage
monthly
payment.
yeah,
mortgage,
yeah,
right?
I can't comprehend that.
So please go to medb.org/WM survey. We really, really need your input, need the community's input in that.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
That's all you know about now.
Well, I mean, there's
Come back in a couple weeks.
there's
and
a
there'll be
lot more.
but we don't have the time for it. We've got somebody else sitting here who
I
wants
know,
to
yes.
speak her piece. But thank you, Jerry and Carrie,
You're
the Jerry and Carrie
Jerry
show.
and Carrie. And we got Gary.
Oh gosh. What's your first name?
Katie.
Katie.
Oh no,
I ruined it.
Susie.
Blewett and Susie. Katie and
all right,
Susie
here
on
we
the
go.
other side. Eh,
Marshall's on his way.
okay. It's you never know what you're gonna get when you
Nope.
dial into this show.
Especially when I'm on, too.
Oh yeah, shoot, we go anywhere. I think it's all been safe territory though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the most part.
No, but you're enjoying your new job.
Oh, absolutely. It's such a blessing, and I feel very fortunate to be part of such a great organization, for sure.
Do a lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of great stuff.
Learning a lot. It's awesome.
And the best part for me is touching all the business. I've been seeing so many businesses from,
Yeah.
it's just, it's super interesting. And the ideas that people from Maui have are just fantastic. And we want to do everything that we can do
To support them.
to make them successful,
Right.
whatever it takes.
Yeah. Well, you and I are part of the Small Business Development
Alliance group.
Alliance or something. And every month when we meet, it's just fantastic. There's things that those of you who work in it every day with small business, I touch it once in a while, but not every day like I used to.
We all have a common purpose, and that's economic development.
Right. We want
Right.
to grow our economy and make sure that our kids can come back and be part of this beautiful island that we all live on. So
Yep. Super great. Thank
Yep.
you so much, Carrie.
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks,
Anytime.
Jerry.
Thank you.
Anytime.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. Okay,
Anytime.
we're going to shift gears. We're going to talk to Katie.
Hello.
Hey, come on up here to a microphone. Katie's with Job Corps now. This is kind of an interesting combination of people here today. We've got those who are moving forward and heading for the heights, and we've got those who've kind of gotten stuck in the system.
But
And-
are hoping to be heading to the heights.
Exactly, and with the help of going to Job Corps and learning some skills, getting out in the community, getting a decent job,
Yes.
maybe they start to get the incentive to progress and,
Yes.
and get into what's happening at MEDB.
So you guys actually mentioned some sort of parallels that we have at Job Corps. You were talking about internships, and we do that as well with our students. So I'll start at the beginning.
Sure.
Job Corps is for 16 to 24-year-olds that are income eligible. So the income is different for everyone. It goes off number of households, where you are on the island. There's a lot of different factors that you can get into with our admissions counselor. But those are the main qualifications, 16 to 24-year-olds, and then the income eligibility. So we have on Maui 4 different trades. Retail sales, which is soon to be transitioning into hotel and lodging, which I think is going to be amazing for us specifically here on Maui. We also have culinary arts, office administration, and a new trade has been taken over by Hawaii Builders Institute. So we have a lot of new curriculums and a lot of new and exciting developments that are happening at Job Corps. And the students also are given the internship opportunity with community partners that we have here, such as Ace Hardware, the Marriott, Hawaii Miley General Store. There's plenty of others as well. Those are the main ones, and the students actually go out and work a 6-week internship with them, and we just need feedback about their performance and, you know, how they did, what they can be better at. And, you know, we use that feedback to help strengthen their confidence, and they have that hands-on experience where they're not in the classroom. They get to see what it's going to be like in their actual career should they choose to pursue that pathway. You know, and we try to give them all sorts of life skills. It's more than just the curriculums in the classrooms. It's social development, you know, career development, pathways. College is an opportunity also for us. We partner with MCC here and the Kuina program, which is a wonderful opportunity as well. And yeah, my job is career transition specialist. So I actually carry on with each one of the graduates that stays in Hawaii for a whole year after they leave. And I just provide support, you know, with housing, transportation, childcare should they need it, and anything to do with career development. So we do a lot of resumes. I'll actually take the students out with me, and we'll meet with partners, our community support partners, to do fake interviews for the students, just to get them a little more comfortable. A lot of them have never had a job before. So just to break that ice for them and try to make it a smooth transition from that internship, hopefully, into a job.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like catch-22, right? You can't get a job unless you have the experience, and,
I know.
and you can't get the experience
Exactly.
unless you have a job. So
Exactly.
that's a great program.
Yeah, it really is. We have tours every Thursday at 10 o'clock. Everyone is welcome. Well, if you're wanting to be a student or not, you know, come and see our campus. The students actually get to work on the campus itself. It's a 120-year-old building, and our center is just gorgeous. But the Hawaii Builder Institute students get hands-on experience just with the upkeep of our own campus
Cool.
there.
That used to be was it a college?
It was a college, it was a seminary, it was a military base, it was a hospital.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's got an amazing history. And we have all sorts of things on the center that you can see the photos from the nuns and everything, and it's really interesting. It gives me
Wow.
goosebumps.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're so fortunate.
That's up in just below Makawao,
Yes, it's
off of
almost
Baldwin Avenue.
perfectly between Paia and Makawao on
Okay.
Baldwin. It's 500 EK Drive, and we have a big Mauna Loa sign out front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's a great spot up there. It's
It is.
just,
It's beautiful.
Yeah, we're very fortunate.
yeah.
We have 3 dorms on center. They are both co-ed, but they're supervised 24/7. There are residential advisors and security always on center for anything, you know, emergencies or just to talk story, you know.
Yeah. So
But-
you've got live-in residents, and then
Yes.
you also have those who come for daytime.
Yes, we do have the option to be what we call a non-resident, where you just commute to school every day from 8 to 4. You do have to come.
Yeah, right. No video conferencing there. You got to be in the classroom.
Yes.
Right.
And we do also offer transportation assistance with that. So our security guys will actually go down and pick them up at a drop-off point. And as long as if they're under 18, their parent has to be there to meet us. But
Interesting.
yeah, you can drive yourself. If you don't want to live there, you can drive yourself
Yeah.
up to the center every day. But security has to hold your keys.
But it's like going to college and being a day
Yeah.
student. It's
Yeah,
the campus life
absolutely.
that teaches you so much more
Yeah.
about other students, people, you know.
Absolutely. A lot of our students are from the Pacific Islands as well. So this is not only, you know, an educational training for them, but it's a cultural training. It's very different for them, you know. And a lot of the times, it's the first time for the student to leave their home island. So it's exciting for them to get to come to the most beautiful place and the most beautiful center and with the coolest people. You know, the staff over there, I love everyone we work with. We're so fortunate to have such a supportive team because, you know, all aspects of life we try to support there.
Right.
So just from career training to everything.
Yeah.
Getting along with your dorm roommates and
Yeah.
everything that we also go over. We have what we call career transition readiness, and that is a piece towards your end as a student where we go over budgeting. We call it money matters and all the things you need to be independent successfully. So we'll teach them how to do their taxes, writing checks, just so they know. We know they don't use them anymore, but
I
just
still
in
use
case.
I
checks.
understand, yeah. Hey, on
I bet
that
you
note,
get some looks.
we're going to take a break on that note.
Aloha from Pacific Source, and thank you for your support over the years. Pacific Source has offered more of what builders and homeowners value most in building materials and cabinet design. We've done this by offering superior customer service and products, as well as by designing kitchens and baths that are intelligent and elegant while staying true to your vision and budget. Visit our showroom in Waikapu in Central Maui, where we display a variety of cabinets as well as top-name appliances like Sub-Zero, Wolf, Viking, KitchenAid, and more. We display countertops, tile and wood flooring, and several brands of windows and doors, including Fleetwood multi-slides and La Cantina folding doors. Come in and talk to our designers about making your dreams become a reality. From concept to completion, we really believe our attention to detail and superior service are what sets us apart. Let us show you what we mean. We are a Pacific Source at 515 East Oahe Way in the Consolidated Base Yard in Waikapu, just off Waiko Road. Call us at 986-0380. That's 986-0380, or look us up online at packsource.com.
And we are back, and we are talking right now with Katie from the Maui Job Corps Center. I know you were on the show a couple years ago. Was that right after you started?
About a year ago. I've been here 2.5 years now.
Okay. So you know what you're talking about because
Yes,
you've been
I hope.
through it all now. Yeah. I think the first time I met you, you were like Carrie here. You were just kind of getting into it, and
Yeah.
but you guys are quick learners. I mean, that's what's great. One of the things that impresses me about the Job Corps Center is that the time frame that everybody's there is different,
Yes.
depending on if they've come in with their graduating from high school, or if they need to get their GED
Yes.
first through you
Thank you
guys.
for mentioning that. Yes.
And then the length of study is basically based on how well and how fast they can complete it.
Yes, exactly. It is a self-paced program. So, it's up to you how quickly you want to graduate. And then we also offer, I'm glad you mentioned that, thank you, I forgot about the GED program. We also have Penn Foster. And those things together, Job Corps actually pays its students to graduate. And it's a significant amount of money. They can earn up to $1,200 when they graduate. And that is to help support their transition into independence, out of living in the dorm, getting their own, it's not going to be their own home right away, but,
Their own apartment they may have to share, but yeah.
Or renting a room,
Right.
Something like that, just to be stable,
Right.
safe, secure, and
But then there's also those who don't just graduate and go to work here, but they
Yes.
move on to further study
yes.
in various
yes.
fields and various levels of education.
Yes, they do. We have apprenticeship opportunities. We partner with the Carpenters Union, and I'm trying to make friends with the Electrical Union. Also, wink, wink, if anyone's out there. So yeah, we try to get our students, if they're not too sure yet what they want to be when they grow up, we'll try to get them as many aspects as we can to just look at any options: college, military, your career, any further education you may want to consider. We'll try to cover all their options.
Right.
We also have what we call advanced training, which is an extenuation of Job Corps, but more fine-tuned. So, for example, if a facility maintenance or now Hawaii Builders Institute graduate during that stay finds, I really love welding, we have an advanced training on the mainland. I'm not too sure exactly where that one is. I believe Utah, but it will hone in on welding, and you will get certifications for that. And you just fine tune one specific thing that you're really fond of, or maybe automotive. We have a lot of our culinary students go on to Treasure Island in San Francisco to pursue baking and pastry and become pastry chefs. And they make a great wage when they graduate from that program in that area.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know we've had some students that have gone to the East Coast for
Yes.
computer training
Yes,
and so forth.
absolutely. Yeah. There's 126 Job Corps centers nationwide. Not every one of those has advanced training, but so it depends on what career you're interested in, what places have that available.
Right.
I don't know them all offhand.
But your way is paid to go there.
Yes,
You're
yes.
paid while you're there.
Yes.
You
And
have
you
a
get
place to
paid
stay
when
and,
you
and
graduate.
study, and then you get paid when you graduate.
Yes. And
Where do I sign up?
Hello, yeah. I'm sorry, Jerry. You're 25. You're just past that age. Just past that age. But I mean, it's awesome because,
Yeah.
and if they decide not to go to the mainland, they want to go to like UHMC.
we can help them.
You can help them with that.
Yes, we'll drive them down there. We can set up and schedule a tour, and then we'll work with anybody that we need to get their financial aid and everything that we can for them as easy as it can be. And their initial enrollment in Job Corps, where they choose one of their trades, that alone is the equivalent of a $36,000 scholarship. And should they choose to pursue an advanced training, that's about another $25,000 to $30,000 worth of education at no
Incredible.
cost to the individual.
That's awesome.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
And these are for the kids who think there's nothing ahead of them.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They're
They
not.
got nothing
sure,
going
and-
for them.
Yeah, and even with the high school now, I'm really glad we took that new program because we're seeing an increase of students that need to get their high school completion.
Right.
Yeah.
I sure would have gone had I but known. I would have loved to go to this.
Yeah.
I think it's an incredible opportunity. And I don't know, I have the best job. I'm sorry, everyone. I have the best job at Job Corps because I get to see the fruition,
Right.
and all of these things that I want to be this, and I get to see you do that. I get to help you do that. I get to walk you there, and I just feel so fortunate. And on the other aspect of that, I think this program is super cool because you get support afterwards. If you go to college on your own, you do it on your own, you graduate, you're on your own. You come here with us and you have support a whole year after you finish, So if you're kind of falling backwards and you're thinking, I don't really want to do this career, but I'm not sure how to start over really, I can help you do that, and the support is
Yeah.
so amazing to me.
I think we had one of your students on a few years ago who
did.
started out doing, he was going to do office work kind of thing. And all of a sudden, as he's starting into that program, he's going, this is dumb. I'm sitting in an office. I don't want to do this. I want to be out doing something, right? And so he just totally shifted gears.
Yeah.
And it added, I don't think it, because he was so new really at that point,
Yeah.
it didn't add that much time to his stay there and his studies. But I mean, I think we had him back on after when he was about to graduate, and he was just gung-ho ready to go.
Really?
Wherever, whatever, let's do it.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes being in that trade and in that working environment for you to discover maybe this isn't for me, And it might take, you might enjoy it in the classroom during your whole training stay here, but then when you go out and have that internship and you have the hands-on and actual real-life experience, you might find it then. This isn't actually for me. And that's okay.
Yeah,
This is a training program. That's what we're here for you to find something you're going to be successful and happy with. And if you want to do a different trade, then cool. Do a
Right.
different trade.
Right,
The point is for these students to be successful.
right.
And whatever they choose to pursue, we are there to support them and provide whatever guidance that we can to make it as easy as we can for them to, again, be successful and happy.
So about how many students have you got up at the
Right
college
now,
right now?
we have 93.
Okay.
We have the capacity for 128 to live on center, but we are having some construction in one of our dorms. So as soon as that's wrapped up, it should be the end of August. We're expecting that to be finished, and we can open that third dorm and then hopefully have a flood the
rush.
gates. Yes, flood us.
Yeah. Gosh, that's great.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Marshall Islands.
Yes.
Other areas? I mean, do people come here from the mainland because it's Maui?
Actually,
can
not
they?
normally.
Okay.
Typically no.
Okay.
Because there are Job Corps in whatever state they're in or close by.
Right.
So we do get a lot of phone calls, of course. I don't blame them. Everyone wants to come here, of course. But we will refer them to the closest center to them. But we do recruit from Marshall Islands, Palau, Guam, Saipan, American Samoa, Chuuk, Yap. There's, I believe, over 20 different islands that we can recruit
Interesting.
You know, sidebar. I lived in the Marshall Islands for 10 years, and I saw somebody the other day in the elevator that I recognized, and I started
Oh
speaking
my gosh.
Marshallese to them, and it was
Wow.
they looked at me like I was crazy.
Surprise them.
It's actually where I met my wife, so Marshall Islands
That's
has
so
a
Special
my
place.
heart, yep.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah.
That's very good.
And you know, you mentioned earlier we want to develop our local economy. And we do as well. We do recruit from those other islands, but we do really encourage the students to find employment here on Maui, any of the Hawaiian Islands, or we will also send them to the mainland. Should they choose to, pursue a career on the mainland? A lot of our students have huge families. I can't. Oh my gosh, I couldn't. But a lot of them have family members on the mainland. So when they graduate, they'll coordinate and set up and go, live with them for a little while till they get their feet wet and, their wallets are okay. And then they'll branch out and look for their own place. But we have graduates all over the mainland that are working or going to college.
Well, now, if somebody comes from one of these islands, as you're talking about, their way is paid?
Yes, we pay for them
To come. And
fly
then
to
they
Maui.
also have a trip someplace while they're here that they can go back.
Yes, we have a holiday break. It's usually, it's Christmas time, but it's usually about 2 weeks, and then they'll come back January 2nd or 3rd, depending on the day of the week with the flights.
But
and
that trip is
everything.
paid for as well?
That trip, the students actually pay only the taxes for.
Only the what?
Only the taxes.
Only the taxes?
Yes, we pay the rest of it.
Wow.
And they pay us in increments.
I see.
They don't pay the $200 or $300, whatever the tax on the flight
Right.
is, all at once.
Okay, so payment plan.
They get a biweekly stipend from us as well. We call it their pay line, and it's just so they can buy whatever. If they don't like our laundry detergent, they can choose their own, or if they don't like our shampoo, they don't like Irish Spring, they can choose their own. But and we'll take them I don't know how many times, a few times a week, we take them to Walmart or the mall or whatever, and they can spend their money
Right.
there. I encourage them to save it,
Right.
of course, but
And the food, the food on campus, I
the
understand, is
culinary.
fabulous.
Well, I lost 40 pounds and I gained 35 back because of our culinary department. Thank you guys. Love you. They
But-
bring me cookies. I'm like, do you love me or hate
But they're
me?
students.
They're amazing.
Basically, they're students
Yes.
learning the trade.
Absolutely. And we're their guinea pigs. But they're naturals.
Yeah.
We have luncheons and they will make it really fancy with the napkins and everything, and it's just gorgeous. They love doing that, and they'll come and serve us, and
Well, your instructors, I think, do work at other hotels and so forth
Yes.
and so on. So they're current with
our
what's what.
culinary instructor specifically has, I believe he said he's worked at all the hotels here. His name is Larry Tucson, so I'm sure there's a lot of people right now going, "Oh, Larry!"
There you go.
He's amazing, though. He's a really great instructor. The students keep in touch with him after they graduate, and he's a really great mentor for
Yeah.
them. All of our instructors are incredible. We're so very fortunate.
They're actual experienced, educated
Yes.
people that have done the work.
Yes. They've been in their fields for years. They know the ins and outs of the trades, and we become family there. They
Right.
live there with us. We see them all day, every day. Those are our kids now.
and you have activities also going
Yes, we do.
on campus.
Yes, and off campus.
And off campus.
Yes, we have a recreational advisor. His name is John, and he's super cool. And he will meet with the students and say, "What do you guys want to do? What do you have fun when we do?" They like to go basketball a lot. So he'll schedule a trip to go to Kihei or wherever they want to go. They like to play volleyball. They like to go swimming. They have to pass the swimming test, though.
Oh.
Because danger.
True. Good point.
But Yeah, we'll try to take them to do anything that we can. That's as long as it's safe and reasonable.
You have a luau too at some time, don't you?
We do, yes, we do. We have open houses as well several times a year. I'm not too sure offhand when the next one is, but we'll send out flyers into the community and everything, and we hope maybe we can come on the radio again and
There you go. There
make
you go.
an announcement for our next one.
Why not? Why not, huh? Wow. I mean, is she excited about what she does?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It's a great program.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it's awesome.
It
I mean,
is, yeah.
And it's I guess the thing that gets me is that so many people don't understand the value of it.
Yes.
Right.
And
yes.
that it's for anyone in that situation. I mean,
Yes.
there was a time years ago when it was considered something that, instead of
Well,
being in trouble, you went to this. But that's gone.
It is,
I mean, this has
yeah.
gone so far
Yeah.
beyond that.
Yeah, that spawns from the origin of Job Corps
Yeah.
back in the 70s when it was a transitional program for, coming out of a detention center or something similar. It is no longer that
Right.
by any means. We have very strict rules. Zero tolerance policy, of course, for drugs, alcohol, harassment, those things, one and done. You
Yeah.
cannot, and it's safety first. That's
Right.
why. We all live, well, we don't all live, but the students live there. We have staff that's there 24/7, and safety is number one, period.
Right.
No exceptions.
No, it's awesome, and every time you guys come on, I just feel. Make that phone call,
Right.
right?
Please, thank
Katie,
you,
how do they get a
yes.
hold of you?
Please call our admissions counselor. His name is Jim. Jim's direct office is 808-579-6506.
There's somebody who knows the phone number, huh?
I know.
Hey, that's great.
Maybe next time I come on, I'll know mine.
There you go. Okay, all right. We'll look forward to that. Gotcha. Well, thank you, Katie,
Thank
so much,
you.
and thank
Thanks
you,
for
Jerry.
having
Thank you,
us.
Carrie. Maui Nonprofit Notes is sponsored as a community service by Pacific Source, the builder's choice. Please give them a call at 986-0380 or stop by their showroom in the Waikapu Base Yard on East Oahe Way to see how they can help you with your building project. Pacific Source has been our sponsor from day one, and we thank them for their ongoing support. And to you, our listeners, we thank you for the response our agencies get from you regarding the activities that we talk about on this program. The Maui Nonprofit Directors Association's mission is to provide personal and professional support to nonprofit executive directors, their organizations, and the community of Maui. Please visit our website at mauinonprofit.org for a list of member agencies, and if you see one there that you're interested in learning more about, just click on the name and it'll take you to their website. Oh, I feel like I'm racing through it. Am I late? Oh, I got plenty of time. Okay. Today stretch it. You got it. You got that part right. Okay. Today we visited with MEDB, the Maui Economic Development Board, found out what's going on with them and with Maui Job Corps Center, and checked in with the students and what they're doing, and both of you are just. I mean, it's just. I wish I was a kid again.
Me too. The opportunities that exist now are fantastic.
It's just unbelievable. We want to thank you all for tuning in today and joining us on the show. We'll be back again next week, same time, same place, when we'll feature 2 more executive directors or staff from member agencies. Until then, I'm Susie Tiemann, Executive Director of Lokahi Pacific, and your host for Maui Nonprofit Notes. Oh, I still have time. I can go back and say something else. How'd I do that? I don't know. I think you're adding time to this whole thing here today. Anyway, join us in KAOI Radio 1110 AM, 98.7 FM, the other major station. Again, we want to thank you for joining us. Have a great week, everyone. Aloha.